Welcome back. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday appeared in a video aired at the Grammy Awards in the United States and appealed to viewers to support Ukrainians. Has been used as a tool all over the world to draw attention to issues, stir consciences, and to effect change. But will they make a difference in the war in Ukraine? Joining me now is renowned music producer. He is currently in France, producing, I believe, his latest album, Bantu. Thank you for joining me on the program today.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Good evening. And I'm sure that, watching the Ukrainian president at the Grammys sort of, drew some reaction from you. Well, how does it feel? The world is celebrating, one part of the world is celebrating, and the other part of the world is at war.
Well, while I am excited and happy that Ukraine is getting the attention it deserves and the Grammy is taking a political stand, because the Grammy is not, or the Academy as such, is not known for taking political stands. They prefer to entertain than to stand in solidarity. They don't have a history of being political. Yet I cannot but feel very awkward inside, awkward in a sense that it displays the hypocrisy of the West towards black and brown people, because I do not see any solidarity for the continent of Africa, where we have conflicts in Eritrea, Mozambique, in Mali, Chad, Nigeria, Cameroon, and so on and so forth. I do not see solidarity for Myanmar. I do not see solidarity for Kashmir in India. So while I do applaud the stands, united stands for Ukraine, there is a lot of hypocrisy that is being displayed by the West and by the music industry in the United States.
Indeed. I know that in times past, certain music, certain songs have been, associated with certain eras and certain wars in the world. I know that Michael Jackson's We Are the World has sort of changed the world's perspective, on how to view, the issues of hunger and so on across the world and so on. So what impacts then would music have, on crisis and on wartime situations, whether it's in Ukraine, or it's here in Nigeria, or it's somewhere else in Africa?
I think the beauty of music is that it unifies people irrespective of religion, race, or creed. And that is a very strong element of music. And when musicians can rally their fans, and when they come as a collective, that means 10, 15 or 20 musicians rally around the cause, then they all bring their individual fan base, and then they have a stronger collective, and people are more willing at times to listen to musicians. What I do hope is that African artists take a cue from what the Grammys did, and they feel inspired to also address conflicts on the continent, and that it also kind of lends a voice to other artists that are being marginalized across the globe, because being outspoken against conflict also comes with repercussions. A lot of artists are being jailed for expressing dissenting views from mainstream government tones or government propaganda. And these are very crucial times. So we need artists to be protected. Their voices need to be amplified, and they need to be heard.
Is that probably the reason why there seems to be a lull in music activism, even here in Nigeria?
There is a lot around music activism, but I feel there's not enough. Take, for example, the Boko Haram crisis. How many Nigerian musicians have actually recorded songs addressing this issue? And I mean, also issues of bad governance. We have elections around the corner. I hope that artists are going to wake up and take a stand. We already saw a bit of that around the NSAS movement, and I hope to see more in the future.
Well, some would say it's a bit insensitive. Of course, the Grammys is holding. That's a global thing, mainly American anyway. But, for other parts of the world, take a look at Ukraine, for instance. While some parts of the country are being bombarded or is being bombarded. And in some other parts of the country, you still have mini concerts holding, whether it's in bomb shelters or it's on balconies and all of that, people looking for some relief. There are also concerts holding in other parts of Europe in honor of Ukrainians who are fighting this war. How does that make you feel?
I understand where it's coming from. I'm half German. I spent my formative years in Germany as well. I saw a divided Germany, a Western, Eastern Germany. I saw what war can do to families. My family was affected. My grandfather fought in the war under Hitler's army. My grandmother saw the Russians take over Berlin. So I've always had these stories and this trauma being passed on from generation to generation. So people are deeply concerned and affected by what is happening in a neighboring European country. Hence, the anxiety, the fear, the uncertainties. And I think music kind of helps to soothe the soul, and it helps people in these very trying times to find solace and to not feel all alone. And I think it is very, very important. And for those people that are still trying to deal with this trauma, it is a way of coming together and finding their voices as a collective.
So can music heal the world?
Music can and has always healed the world, because as Bob Marley said, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain.
Mm-hmm. Ade Bantu couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and good luck, with the album you're creating as well as your other endeavor there in Europe.
Thank you very much.